Oh, this is really
We're live!
This is really live.
Episode 5? Episode 5?
Feels different today.
AC is out. We are very hot right now. Super sweaty.
I was doing all right in AC.
Yeah, it only goes out on Wednesdays apparently. So I don't know what it's trying to say to us, but we're just gonna dive right in because it's already 10 o'clock here. But I wanted to start it with the Q&A from the anonymous questions on the Instagram that I have not posted the answers to. So I'm going to go through them kind of quickly just to answer them. And I'm breathing heavily because I'm sweating my ass off right now.
Nervous.
Okay, so I've gotten asked multiple times if I watch Game of Thrones or if I've watched it. Yes, I have watched it up to episode 4. I've answered it multiple times as well. The longest time, I did like it. It was really good.
4?
I mean, not episode 4, up to season 4, and then I kind of just lost track.
That's kind of when it gets good, though.
So the longest time I've gone without showering, I think I responded to this, and it was 4 days camping. We just used the lake. Didn't really care.
So, all natural.
All natural. Celebrity crush, I've answered that.
Who's that?
Theo right now. I think
Theo Vaughn?
Theo Vaughn is
Theo
my
Vaughn.
big crush right now.
Great haircut, too.
Love him. All right.
Cool.
Your OnlyFans so far is fire. Appreciate it. I have not really put much on there, but it is back and up. Somebody said that, so I appreciate it. Threesome. Have you, would you, FFM. What is FFM?
Female, male.
Oh, yeah, female. Okay, that's the only way I would do a threesome. And yes, I have done a threesome with, me, another woman, and a man. So I'm down for them. I would like to do another one. Just opportunity has not arose.
You got a man, right?
Yeah.
Let's say what's up.
Okay. Anal. That's all the message says is anal. So I don't know if they're asking my opinions on it or if I like it. There's nothing. It just says anal. So I'm going to say.
Can y'all hear us?
I mean, I hope that you guys can hear us because it's so hot. So a thumbs up or something if you can hear us.
Yeah, no thumbs up. We got one so far. Hey, now.
I can't see anything. So anyways, anal, I don't really know what you want to know about it, but I've already talked about it that I'm cool with it. It's not top of my list thing to do. It's more of a special occasion that I want to do that. But yeah, I mean, if you like it, go for it. If you want to talk in more detail about it, we can do that. And then you should get a tattoo. Okay, you should pay for it. Whoever asked that question. Where should I get a tattoo at? Are you looking to date somebody right now? Huh?
Like a throat piece?
I have a job, so I can't rock a throat piece right now. I have a office job, so I can't do that. Are you looking to date somebody right now? I am dating somebody right now, so no, I'm not looking to date anybody else. And shout out to him because
unless it's another female like she's talking about.
Shout out to him, even though he does not watch these. He supports that I do them. He supports the OnlyFans. Took him a minute, but he's doing it. So shout out to him for doing that. It's great. And then the last time I watched porn last night, and it was lesbian porn because that's the type of porn that I like. I'm running through these quickly because we want to talk about our topic. So I'm just trying to answer these really fast so we can get to stories about baby mamas and baby daddies.
I thought we were going to elaborate on these.
No, I'm trying to just kind of get through them because I want to talk about other stuff. Would you ever do porn if asked? I've been asked, but I have not So I think about it all the time, and I like the idea, but I don't have the balls to do porn. Now, if it was like with somebody, like make a home video, then that's different. But to like go do a porn, like get paid to do like one porn or something, I just don't have the fucking guts to do it. I've thought about it. I've wanted to do it. Not with a guy. I wanted to do lesbian porn, but I just don't have the fucking guts to do it. I don't know. Maybe I will get the guts to do it, but there is this website called sexyjobs.com. It is legit, like for adult industry jobs. Everything from like cocktail servers at strip clubs to sex phone operators to modeling, nude, porno, the whole shit. So it's really cool. So if anybody is watching and interested in any adult entertainment, sexyjobs.com. I'm on it. My resume's on it. I haven't really like acted on any of the stuff yet, but there's a lot of opportunities and things that you can see on there to do. Another question, have I ever been in a threesome? I already answered that one. Would you ever get with me -N? So whoever N is,
Nate, probably.
Who's Nate?
Or Nick. I don't know. I was thinking of N.
So yeah, that's not really a question that I can answer. But just wanted to run through this.
Who would be N?
I don't know. I tried to think about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
You ran through those.
Yeah, I wanted to run through those quick because we're going to talk about.
You know what? I'm feeling like some of those questions might be about me too, but I'm asking both.
Okay, well, let's
joking.
Let's go.
I don't want this spicy question.
I really would love for him to put the anonymous question link on his Instagram. So
I ain't doing that. If y'all want a question, just say you know what I'm saying? Just write it like you want me to answer it. I don't know. People
feel safer asking questions behind the anonymous
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. If you want to ask me a question,
when I post it, if you want it to be for him, definitely. I know when it first started, somebody. I can't. A lot of them are like repeated questions. Like you guys, all your guys' minds in the gutter. But so we wanted to talk about.
They said.
It's so hot, you guys. It's like 107.
They said anal. No punctuation.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, what do they mean?
I don't know. It's different. It's a different way to say head or something.
So, yeah, anal.
Oh
my God, it's so hot, you guys. Anyways, jumping right in. I obviously have two.
Man, we had 2 steady streamers, so
I love you guys. I don't know who you are, but
shout out y'all.
I have 2 kids, obviously 2 teenage boys, and they both they each have a different dad. So I have some baby daddy stories, but I also have.
I didn't think I could tie into this topic, but I know some baby daddies, and my sister about to have a new baby daddy, and yeah, so. First baby daddy.
Yeah, I was like, she has another kid.
No, yeah, first baby.
So yeah, I have some baby daddy stories, and I don't know how deep I'm gonna dive into them and expose, but I think I'm gonna try to. I'm just gonna put it out there, just because we promised you uncut and raw. So I'm gonna tell you. In a quick version of my first son's dad and my second son's dad, just a little background on it.
The baby daddy stories.
The baby daddy stories.
The baby daddy reveal.
I'm
sure there'll be other stories later.
So when I was 18, I was 18 when I got pregnant with my first son, and I actually had a boyfriend at the time.
That was scary.
What, having a boyfriend?
No, Roxanne.
Getting pregnant?
Yeah.
I'm getting to that part. So I got pregnant at 18, but I had a boyfriend. Him and I had a very toxic relationship, and we got into a fight, and he was like, I'm gonna go fuck your friend, and I was like, I'm gonna go fuck someone and
Whoa.
and we did.
Whoa.
But when I did it, I got pregnant. Yeah. So yeah. So I was like,
Whoa,
and obviously, like, I didn't know right away or whatever.
Whoa.
But okay, so yeah, it was a toxic thing, but loved him very much. Like, I know we loved each other very much. So whatever, we obviously broke up for a while, and like I did my thing and he did his thing, and then we worked things out as we always did, because we were back and forth.
So the baby daddy is the friend of the friend.
He's not even a friend. He's more of like an acquaintance. Like, he just knew the person.
So somebody not. I don't want to say this like without. I don't want to say this.
You need to talk louder though.
Somebody. You were in a relationship with somebody.
Right, and we got into a fight.
Exactly. Y'all both split up and did y'all thing for one night.
No, like we were split up for like a few weeks.
Okay. And
doing our own thing.
You got pregnant by the homie.
Right.
Essentially.
But
the homie he's disappeared, and the other homie's raising the kid.
I'm trying to tell the story.
The homie wow.
No. Right. Okay, I'm trying to tell the story. So
I'm trying to understand.
Okay, well, like, if you just let me tell it. Okay, I had a boyfriend. We got into a fight. Then we separated. I did my thing. He did his thing. We got back together. Okay, because I didn't want to be with that person. I was just hooking up with that person.
That's the baby daddy,
Yes. His friend, or not his friend, his acquaintance, the person he knew. He wasn't even like his friend, he just knew him. And he slept with one of my friends. It was just like toxic.
But you came back with a baby.
Oh my God. I didn't know I was pregnant. So we got back together.
No paternity test?
Oh my. I did post tonight. Let's watch him interrupt me. So I'll probably take a whole hour to get through a 5-minute story that I'm trying to say. So I'm getting to it. Wow. So we got back together.
That's a question.
And I'm getting to it.
I'm not okay. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Well, let me explain. So we got back together, and obviously my body was not, I wasn't getting anything going on. So I found out I was pregnant, and I told my boyfriend, and he was like, that's my baby. And I was like, I don't think it is. I think it's when we were separated, and, we went through personal hell together, but he decided that he wanted to be that baby's dad.
So you never let the other person know?
So we stayed together through the whole pregnancy, me and my boyfriend, and I let the other person know, but he wanted nothing to do with it. So, I was with my boyfriend. He was like, that's my kid no matter what. I don't give a shit. And then the baby was born. And
would that have been the case if the other man wanted to be the dad?
I would have still stayed with my boyfriend. But I did not want anything to do with that other person. Really, I loved that person very much. And I was so happy that he wanted to be his dad regardless. So we had the baby, and, unfortunately, things did not work out, and things got ugly, and it did come down to a paternity test, and he was not the dad. And, it was terrible. It was heartbreaking for everybody involved.
Did you get the paternity with the other two?
Yeah, we had to. So it was heartbreaking, because we all wanted it to be with my boyfriend, of course.
If you knew, why you ain't tried with the first man?
Well, I mean, I
Isn't that responsibility,
assumed it was the
I'm
other
asking the
person's,
question.
but I
Isn't that
honestly didn't know. I mean, in a month period,
Sound
when
like
you
you
sleep
knew.
with your boyfriend and you sleep with somebody else in a month period, it was very hard for the doctor to try and say whose baby it was.
My food.
You know, and it was a roll of the dice, you know, but my boyfriend was like, that's my baby.
He was adamant.
And you know, so we rolled with it. But anyways, so it came down to paternity, and it ended up being, you know, the other person's baby, and that leads into that baby daddy story. And then
So he did step up after.
not really. I mean, he stepped up because he was like, oh, I'm the dad. She's going to come after me for child support. So he immediately hit me.
It was a different reaction than the boyfriend that.
Absolutely. My boyfriend and I loved each other. We were it was a toxic love.
It was heartbreaking though.
It was extremely heartbreaking. It was the worst day of my life.
How would your life be different if he was the father?
If my boyfriend was the father,
Yeah.
I think I'd still be with him.
Be with him to this day.
Yeah.
That's how it sounded.
Because
even
though it was like toxic, it was.
He was ready to ride for you too.
Yeah, like we were toxic together in some crazy way. Like I think that to this day we would still. I think to this day we would still be together, but like doing like. To this day, toxic. Like it would be like off and on, off and on, off and on. But we would not be able to get enough of each other. If that makes any sense at all. But I think that is.
I'm sorry for interrupting your story.
You know what? Like if you would have just let me tell the story, like these podcasts wouldn't take freaking an hour for me to get 5 minutes out.
If y'all think I talk too much, please.
No, not that you talk too much. You just interrupt me and I don't get a chance to finish. Like I talk fast, so I'm like, no.
So when you want me to say something?
Like when I'm done.
When is that? When is that, y'all?
Anyways, so a baby daddy story. Second baby daddy. Okay. So now I have a baby.
You don't want to get into this. You just want to.
No, I am, but I'm laying the foundation of like, okay, so like this is the story of baby daddy number one.
How many years there's a gap, correct?
No, I'm getting to that. So, I had the baby. I had my first son. We, you know, only lasted a couple months before all the explosion happened and we did the paternity and all of that. So probably like 4 or 5, 6 months later, I met Benicio's dad. Again, wasn't looking for anything. Didn't want to meet him. Somebody was like, you need to meet this person. I'm like, I just had a baby. Like, I really don't want to meet anybody else. They were like, oh my God, he's older. He's got a job. Like he has kids already, blah, blah, blah. So whatever, I meet him. We hang out. We started dating. We went on like 2, 3 dates. 4th date, we hook up. We actually wore condom and we were being safe, but it got a little too wild and I was pregnant again.
Wow.
Freaking first time of us hanging out or like first time of us having sex. It was like our 3rd or 4th date. And
so it
was like our 3rd or 4th date.
You got pregnant quick, like
yeah, well I didn't know. Nobody told me that. Yeah, but I mean, I'm 18, 19 years old. Like, you're not.
I didn't know what it was, because it's different.
No, I'm saying like when you're 18, 19 years old, it's like you got to take it at the same time every single day. Like, I'm not being responsible and good about that. I'm like forgetting days.
Some Tuesday mornings.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I forgot to take it, whatever. So, whatever. But we did wear protection, and I was really trying to not have another baby. But, you know, shit got wild, and what's wrong? Like, because I'm sweating so bad? Like, what?
I didn't want to. No, you're good. Why are you peeping me like that?
Because why are you like insulting me right now?
How am I insulting?
I don't know.
With my eyes?
Yeah.
With my eyes?
Oh my God.
How you insult somebody with your eyes?
Anyways, yeah, so it just got wild, whatever. So I was pregnant again. And, it's just like, everyone was like, your life is over. I did like lose any little bit of friends that I did have. They were gone for sure. My phone completely stopped ringing. There was nobody was asking me to hang out, which is fine. Like, I thank God I had my family or whatever. But like, if you want to talk about like some baby daddy, baby mama stories,
was that heartbreak?
Them people didn't call. No, I was like 19. I didn't care. I had my family.
Is it a lesson?
A lesson of what?
I'm asking. Like,
was it a lesson?
Well, yeah, because like when
No, I figured that was going to happen, but my life wasn't over. Like my social life was over, but people were like.
Think about a young girl and a friend group, that's important. That's what I was thinking about. Like, oh, that must have been tough. All right.
I mean, I have so many siblings that like that was my biggest friend group, and I didn't lose them.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think just like I went through custody battles and everything, and there's two sides to every story, and I will be the first to admit that I was not always.
Well, there's three sides, right? There's both sides and the truth.
There, yeah, but
I go for the truth.
I will be like the first to admit that I was not perfect and I did some shit that I shouldn't have done, like trying to move and, be sneaky about where I'm moving to, what I'm doing.
Sneaky, right?
There were things I did that were like vindictive and everything like that. I'm not going to lie about that. But at the end of the day, I think I am probably the coolest. I know there's other moms out there like this, but I am in that category of baby mamas who really don't want anything from the dads. I really don't. Like, all I ever asked for was be there for your kid when you really want to be there for him. Like, Joey's dad immediately, like, as soon as he found out that he was his dad, hit me with, like, 50-50 custody. And I was like, what? Like, you haven't even met your son and you just want 50-50 custody, like right off the bat. And I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? 50-50, you don't have to pay child support. I'm like, that's what this is about. That's what this is about. He didn't want to pay child support. And I knew, like, it didn't click or register till literally I was driving to the court date. I was in traffic, I'll never forget it, with my mom driving to the courthouse, and it hit me. And I'm like, oh my God, this is about money. And I didn't tell my mom or anybody. And I was like, I have a plan. As soon as I got in the courthouse, I walked right up to him and I'm like, can you come outside for a minute? He came outside and I was like, I know that this is about money. I was like, I will sign a paper right now saying I will never go after you for child support if you promise that you will drop this custody case. Like, all I want is I want you to see your son when you really want to see him. Not because you have 50-50. Not because it's your weekend. Because you know what I mean? The last thing want.
Pops, y'all need to step the fuck up, man. You drop the nut, you fucking carry that load, man.
Yeah.
And that's coming from my dad, the best man I know. So.
And that's good that you have like him as such a good role model.
But that's how it should go. Being a good dad, I don't mean that. That's what you're supposed to do.
But it's not
God
always
bless
around.
The ones that do, yeah. But that's dope, you know.
Yeah, that's all I wanted, because I was like, the last thing I want is for you to pick up our son on Friday, because that's what the court papers say, but you have plans. So you're going to drop him off at your friend's house or your mom's house and be gone all weekend. And who knows who's watching my son. That's what I didn't want. So I was like, I promise you that you can see him whenever you want to see him. just call me. Just be like, hey, can I have him? Can I have him? Because I want you to see him when you really want him and not when it says you have to have him. I go, and I will not come after you for child support. He signed that paper in that hallway. He grabbed a mediator right away. Like, we got an agreement. We want to sign it right now. We never even saw the judge. He was like, let's sign it. She said she's never going to hit me for child support, and I can see him whenever I want. Let's do it. Boom, signed it. He wasn't really trying to see him very often.
This is Benicio.
This is Joey's dad.
Joey.
He wasn't really trying to see him very often. Which was like, Joey has more love than he could ever imagine. Like, he's got everyone in my family, which is huge. I've always given him and both of my kids over love. I've coddled the shit out of them. He can verify that. They're probably never leaving my house. Yeah, so that was the situation with that, and I was kind of happy, but also, you know, like heartbroken as a mom for my son, that's how that played out. But then, you know, life went on or whatever, and he was not really much involved or around. And then there's Benicio's dad, who, you know, we stayed together and lived together, and I had the baby, and he had other kids, and
like, how long after your first was your second?
Joey and Benicio are a year and a month and a half apart. So, not very long.
I was ready for another one.
I was not ready for another one. But, you know, life happens. And at the time, I didn't know, like, what was happening. Like, why. Like, I just...
You'd be happy now because the motherfucker's close in age.
I love my kids so much. They're my best fucking friends. They're like my biggest headache ever, my biggest stress. But I mean, anyone that's a parent knows that.
I'm about to say, parents require to that. You say it.
But yeah, Benicio's dad is always been in his life. Great dad. It's been a great dad to Benicio. As far as like relationship wise, you know, it didn't work out or whatever. To me, he was like a narcissist and mentally abusive. So definitely couldn't stay with him. He broke me down pretty bad. But as far as being a dad, he was in his life, still is in his life. But talk about drama. Like, his dad has brought some serious drama with the women that he's been with after me, and just the headaches and the nightmares. But I try to think that, I don't know, like, I've always been like a chill baby mama. Like, I'm always just like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm always just like, when my kids' dads have like a girlfriend or something, I'm just like, hey, nice to meet you. Like, I think there was one time Joey's dad and I finally, like, this was like years after, you know, Joey's like 7 or 8 now. He like got a girlfriend and they had a baby, and we had like a joint birthday party together. And, you know, I had like my friends come and like his friends came, and we were all together, and I was actually holding his baby, and his girlfriend was sitting across from me. So I'm holding her baby, and, you know, Joey's dad's right next to me, and all of our friends are there. And to me, like, that is how it should be. There's just no reason. Like, we are here for one common thing, and that's our son. That's it. There's like, I am not with him anymore. There was never, and even if there was a romantic, even if I was married to him at one time, it's like, that is so far in the past and so done with. And like, we should just all be able to get along for our child. But Benicio's dad, that it just could never happen. We've tried and we tried and we tried, and it failed and it failed and it failed. And it was just, I'm talking restraining orders. I'm talking my sister attacking his girl because she's attacking me. I'm talking threats at work. I'm talking Facebook stalking, just internet trolling. I mean, just you name it. His dad's girl at the time really brought the drama to my life. I mean, it was insane. And I would do, like, I'm the baby mama that literally called him because he had, like, multiple kids. Like, he ended up having a few more kids after me. And I would call and just be like, hey, like, I'm at Safeway right now. Huh? I'm like, hey, I'm at Safeway right now. Like, they have, like, buy 2 deli meats, get 2 for free. Do you want me to grab you some? Like, I was always just trying to be, and it was really coming from, like, a genuine part of me. Like, it was, and, like, the response I would get is, like, I don't need you doing anything for me. And I was just, yes. Yeah, I was with his dad for, a while. Of course I loved him.
Loved me?
Very much. I feel like that's partially why he brought so much drama to me when I left.
Tough. No,
What's tough? Really fuck, you live, you learn, you love, you don't love, you're in love, you're out of love. Fuck.
No, this shit is like,
you go through it.
I'm listening to it and I'm like, dang.
I just like I was always trying to look out. I was always trying to.
Yeah, I'm saying that sucks.
Yeah, and I was just constantly like I'd bring over clothes because I have so many siblings. I'd bring over clothes and just be like, oh my god, like these clothes are still in like super good condition. Like I know that like they're kind of the same size as so and so and so and so, and it would be like, we don't want your charity, and I'm like, I'm just being nice. Like it's not, you don't like. If you just want to take it and throw it in the garbage, fine. But like, you don't have to be rude to me. Like I'm literally just being nice.
You ever done that?
Took someone's stuff and threw it in the garbage? Like
somebody brought you food and you just threw it in the garbage? You
no.
Never ate it?
No.
You trust every kitchen?
What do you mean? Like food, when food comes from?
When you get food.
Yeah, are you kidding me? I eat stuff that falls on the ground. Like what?
Nah, like when I'm thinking back to like football banquets or whatever.
God, you guys, I had to wear. Man, sorry, but I'm like, my feel
just
this.
Talking about all the parents will bring a fucking potluck type shit.
Yeah, I would
look at some of the parents and be like, y'all nasty. I ain't eating y'all food.
Oh yeah, I've looked at some of the parents and I'm like, gross, but that food looks good.
But we know it's hot up in here twice on TV. I'm sweating again from the forehead.
I had to wear black, so you guys would not see the sweat.
I thank God this happened to. What's going on?
But I'm trying to like obviously.
Your sweat stains in the last one though. Fucking crazy. You're wearing them gray shorts.
I'm trying not to and just like go down the rabbit hole because like obviously I'm talking. My kids are like 16 and 17 now, so. The stories obviously could go for days and days.
When are we gonna have a 7-year talk? It's gonna be a whole conversation.
I just don't know if I'm ready. I don't know who's watching.
Why you smile like that? Whoever you are, bro, you be doing something there.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
I shouldn't even say that.
Oh, why you do this to me?
Yeah, I'm a bad person. No, I'm sorry. For real, I'm sorry. You letting them Modelo sweat, I'll tell you that.
He just wants me to talk about a 7-year affair that I had with somebody. But it's more than just an affair. And they will get talked about. But it's going to be an emotional.
She got spicy story. This is why, like, every episode... It's gonna be some stories. Oh man.
But I think that like I don't want to go down the rabbit hole too much with the baby daddy, baby mama stories.
Can I talk about baby daddy? I'm excited for.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like let him talk for a minute about some of his stories.
No, I'm just playing. You know, I really don't.
I can fucking talk forever. I can just keep going and going from one story to another to another.
I'll talk for a job, so low key, it's nice to just sit back and listen. But you know I'm quiet anyway. Somebody said I need to talk louder. If that's the case, really let me know. But I feel like
I bet that people could hardly hear you right now.
I feel like I'm yelling. I feel like I'm yelling. Now, baby daddy, I'm excited for. Shout out Malik, man. Part of the fan band. My sister's man. My brother's football buddy. Great dude. I knew him before my sister, matter of fact. I met him at my brother's school. And I'm a night owl, so like I'm gonna be up 2, 3. That's just how I've been my whole life. And we was up, and I'm a weed smoker, so we might have been rolling sign and just having a good conversation. And like we was talking about, my sister, my best friend, she called me fresh that morning. Like, basically, like I got feelings for this dude, woo woo, and she said I got feelings for this dude, woo woo. Some shit in between, basically, and he gonna be a great dad. I'm gonna be an uncle to a niece, and I'm nervous, excited, but like I said, I came from a strong man that raised a strong family, and I know he ready to do the same thing. So I'm excited for that. They got an apartment.
Oh, okay.
Or a little spot. I don't even know I don't know what it is in particular, but yeah, it's a real deal in Holyfield.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've recently seen them on Instagram, and their baby is gonna be so cute.
Yeah, it's about to be a little. I think it's gonna have a little freckle to it. Like the freckles gonna come through. Curls. It's gonna be dope, man. It's gonna be dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was thinking about a baby daddy story, and I was just thinking.
Thank God I've never even had a baby daddy story.
God, I look so big right now.
What do you mean?
To all of the men out there that are helping raise kids that are not theirs, big respect, because
I try to get her kids on Can Jam, but these motherfuckers, yeah.
Because Benicio's dad did do that.
What I whipped that ass in? What's that game from?
You are literally talking about a game right now, and I am talking about a story.
Cornhole. Me and Roxanne.
Cornhole.
Me and Roxanne would be, yeah. We be. Don't touch me.
Now I just lost my train of thought. Like, what the fuck?
Blame it on me.
I am blaming it on you.
And then find it back.
God, but the men that are out there raising kids and doing that and being that part that and those are not their kids. Mm-hmm. Big shout out and huge for that, because Benicio's dad really did that with my older son. He was there. He taught him how to walk and was there when he was talking, and I was working and he was calling me like, Joey just said his first word. Joey just took his first steps.
Do you remember the first words?
I don't. I have it written down in the baby book.
I put you on the mom spot, sorry.
It's okay. I'm not perfect. I don't remember a lot of things. I do have it written down in the baby book somewhere. But he was very much there. The couple years that we were together, and that was an important time for my older son too, because he was only 1 year off from him, or 1 year older than Benicio. So it was like basically having two babies. They call them Irish twins because they were only like a year and a month or two apart. And
Irish people getting busy.
And so, I literally, as much drama that Benicio's dad brought into my life, probably unintentional, some of it intentional, definitely smacking me with custody papers every fucking 6 months. Thank you for that. doing that was just like awesome.
I ain't never seen that smile on you.
the evil smile. But
shit.
you know, besides all of that, he was a good. He is. I keep saying was, like he's like not around anymore. But he is a good dad, not only to Benicio but to my older son.
Still to the day.
To this day, even
Amen.
though we live all the way across the country,
Amen.
you know, he still is in contact, and you know, as much as he can be. And I think that through everything that we have gone through, there was a time when we did try to get back together, and that was kind of crazy because we had split up when Benicio was like 2, and that was it. And I did my thing, and he did his, and he actually got with somebody else and ended up having like 3 or 4 more kids. And he was with somebody for like 9 years or something, 8 years. And you know, after that was over with, and everything happened with that, I knew something was happening because like we were going to sporting events, and he was being more social with me. He was being like, he was just not flirting, but he was just like co-parenting better. You know, he was just like, hey, like, you know, do you need help with this to the car? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, something is weird because for the past 8 years, you haven't been willing to even open the car door for me, like carrying all the equipment. So
who opens the car door every time?
What?
Who opens the car door every time?
What do you?
That's your question. Who opens the car door
right now?
Every time?
Me.
I'm talking about who you know.
Who opens my car door now?
No, who you know that opens a car door for a lady every time.
I don't
know. Girl.
Oh, you've opened the car door for me a few
every time.
I've only ridden in the car with him a few times, but yes, every time. Yes, he has.
Don't fucking play with me.
I'm sorry.
It's called young gentleman for a reason.
Yes, no, he is. He is very much of a gentleman. He's very much of a gentleman that I want to punch in the face most of the time because he's got these little like cocky attitude remarks that come out. And then he gets mad at me if I don't remember things. It's like, I'm 36 years old. I'm on the verge of like fucking dementia. Like, give me a break. But he started being more like social and, you know, just more like involved. And, you know, then it started turning into like after football practice, it was like, oh, like, do you want to grab pizza?
Ooh.
And I'm like, what in the hell? You know, I'm like, what the hell's going on? And we just started co-parenting and doing a lot of things together as a family. And one thing led to another. And like I said, I did love him and care about him very much. And I don't think we ever stopped caring about each other, even though we had been separated for so long. And so, you know, just seeing him and seeing any man as a dad is such a huge extreme turn on. That's like not even sexual. It's like a turn on and just like you just admire, you know what I mean? Just seeing him be, and especially seeing him be a father to my other son too. And, you know, just little things like when he would come over, he always made sure he had something Joey liked too. You know, I got this for Benicio, I got this for Joey. Like he was always including him. And, you know, so like one thing led to another, and we were doing this family thing and the co-parenting thing. And before we knew it, we were back together, and he now came with 4 additional children. So that was a lot for me to take on because I don't really like kids, and I didn't really want kids, any more kids. I love children from a distance. I love when you can give them back, but to get back together with his dad and he come with all of that. But like I said, I thought in my head, you know what, this is a chance to get back together with one of my kids' dads that I actually, you know, I didn't really have a relationship with Joey's dad, but Benicio's dad and I did have a relationship, and why not? Let's make it. Let's try it again. Why not? You know. So.
Somebody, Veronica, put laughing faces.
So I was just like, whatever. Let's get back together. So we got back together, and I'm gonna say this as blunt as you can say it. Motherfucker, people don't change if they're just, they just. I know people can change, but if you don't want to change, and if you don't see anything wrong with your fucking self, you're not going to change. And this man did not change.
We all gotta look in the mirror, for sure.
Still good dad, but just,
He sounded like he got a loose dick.
A what?
Like a loose dick's on a loose.
Oh, I mean, the motherfucker was busy. He has like 7 or 8 kids now, you guys.
Is that what you mean by like he ain't changed?
No, I mean he hasn't changed because he's fucking narcissist.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he is a fucking narcissist.
4 more kids. I'm like,
but,
homie loose with that.
I just and I'm gonna and I like anything I ever talk about, I'm not trying to put shade on anybody because that's not my intention. I don't know those people's state of minds, but I want to give you an example. I want to give you an example.
The N-word.
Narcissist?
Yeah, them type of dudes.
Like they're
he controlling.
It's like he literally like he thinks that
The blanket.
Like okay, it's like a manipulating. He's like very much about himself and but like he doesn't. I don't know how to explain it. Can someone explain narcissist? Like I don't know how to explain it, but I just know that when I looked up the definition, I'm going to look it up right now. Let's do it because I actually want to be able to explain it in a good way.
I saw a movie.
But after I read it, I was like, oh my God.
Something.
Okay, so let me read it. Narcissism is self-centered personality.
I appreciate
Hold on. Self-centered personality style characterized as, because be quiet for a goddamn seconds. Self-centered personality style characterized as having an excessive interest in one's physical appearance or image or an excessive preoccupation with one's own needs. So they're self-centered. Like everything is me. I'm the victim. Me.
I don't like the victim shit. But
It was always like he would come home from work, for example, and it was just like everybody else's fault. Like, and I'm like, well, why don't we try this? Why don't you try that? And it was like, no.
Like
and I was like, what?
Like
what?
Be a narcissist to me.
I just want to kick your ass. That's not being a narcissist. Fuck.
I think you might be a narcissist to me.
Fuck you.
Read that definition again.
That I'm worried about myself and what? I'm supposed to be worried about you?
Oh
Are we in a relationship together?
Oh my God.
By the way, I did have somebody say that they were mad that I didn't hang out with them because I was too busy getting dicked down by Young G. And
what?
Yeah, I was like, wow, you really got your fucking facts wrong.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
I know we've talked about it being hot, but I'm like slithering. I'm like
I don't even know. You just
sliding. I'm sliding out of this chair.
No, it's hot. We have 40.
But I'm not done.
I know, but I was trying to let us know we have.
But yeah, no. I mean, as far as okay. Here's an example. Okay, I mean, here's and I use this example all the time just because I feel like when I tell people, they're like, wow, you're fucking stupid. But to me, it was just, you ever been in a relationship or a situation that you just needed to get out of so bad, you did not care what you were losing. Like, I got into a house, a big house, a spacious house, room for me and all the kids. And I know, like sweating. And everything and the furniture and just everything. And the relationship with him got so bad, and I just wanted to be out of it so bad that I literally called the landlord and said, can you please remove me from the lease and just put him only on the lease? And like, I will vouch for him, whatever. Like, he's good. Like, just put him on the lease and I'm leaving. And I literally left the house completely furnished. Spoons, dishes. Benicio's dad. Completely.
The second time?
This was the second time we got back together.
Left the house.
I left the house with my kids and our clothes. I left it furnished. I left the dishes. I left the towels. And I went and got an apartment. In fairness, okay, because like if he ever watches this or it gets back to him, okay, in fairness, he did pay the deposit to the apartment that I moved into because I was like, that was our trade-off. I'm like, I'm going to leave the house to you, okay, that I paid for the deposit to get into. So obviously, I'm not going to get the deposit back because I'm walking away from the house and I'm leaving it to you. So he was like, I will put the deposit to an apartment. So he did do that. Okay.
So you got a house, you got.
I went to a 1-bedroom apartment just to get out of that situation with nothing. Me and my kids walked in there, started from scratch because I just wanted to get out of it. You know what I mean? You ever been in that situation where you're just like, I was like, you know what? Keep it all. Keep the house. Keep the fucking towels. Keep the beer in the fridge. Spoons. Keep the spoons. You left the spoons. The spoons. I left everything. You know what? And you know what gets me really mad? Is I left 2 of my favorite fucking cups there. Like they were like some heavy duty glass that I used to make my drinks in, my cocktails. God. I've been trying to find those. I've been trying to find those cups for years, and I haven't been able to. But anyways, I like to use that as an example of when people say, I can't leave him. I want to leave him. I'm unhappy, but I can't, blah, blah, blah. If you want to, you will. If you want, there's a way. And so that will, I'm going to end it on that note of when there's a will, there's a way. And if you want to, you will. Because that's going to follow into next week's story where we might talk about the 7-year affair. And that goes into if you really want to, you will. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely could have talked more in detail about baby mama and baby daddy stories. That's the truth. But I want to say one thing in ending to this, to the baby mamas out there that are making the new women's life hell. You know, when a new woman steps up to the plate as a stepmom, and you're trying to give that person a hard time, like, shame on you. You know, don't be a crazy bitch because that other person is taking the role of you only when you're not there. They're not trying to replace you. I've been a stepmom also, and we're not trying to replace anybody. We literally are loving your child as if they were our own. And if we are doing that, and to the women that are out there doing that, for example, shout out to my sister Veronica. She is an amazing stepmother. But if you're out there and you're doing that and you have to deal with the crazy ex-baby mama, like, just why are there women out there that are keeping their kids from the dads and that are giving the new women that step up to the plate a hard time? Like, don't be mad that your man or your ex-man has found somebody else. Like, you were not the one. Like, don't be bitter about it. I'm not bitter about it. Both my kids' dads are in relationships and happy and have other kids, and good. Because if they're happy, then they're not going to be like assholes to me, you know? And as long as they're good to my kids, that's all we can ever ask for as a parent and as families that are broken. As long as our kids are in good hands and being loved and protected when they're not with us, that is all we can ask for. So don't be out there being a fucking shady baby mama or a shady baby dad. That's it.
Shady babies.
Don't do it. Cheers, you guys.
Roxanne gotta end this episode. Later.
It's really hot.
Shout out
Woo.
what you think of the live and everything.
I wish you guys could see the sweat.
Man, you don't wanna
Bye.
see it. And boom.